Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie, Esther here, and the purpose of today's video is to inform you about a brand new limited edition charm that's coming to Dead by Daylight. Yes, we're going back into Dwight Crow territory, if any of you remember that limited edition charm that we had during the Eternal Blight event. And I know I can already through the screen hear some groans out there, but I've learned some things as a streamer, and Dead by Daylight has learned some things about this kind of limited edition charm. We're going to try to make the experience better for all of you. So let's go over to Dead by Daylight's Twitter account, and we're going to read about this charm. So here we are. Remember, Dwelf is in charge. Dwelf has taken over the Dead by Daylight account as their holiday helper, and the tweet here reads, "Watch Fog Whisperers and selected Dead by Daylight Twitch and YouTube content creators for a chance to win the Fruitcake Killer Charm all throughout the Halloween event." Now, I know it says Halloween event. It's supposed to say holiday event. Obviously, the Halloween event is well over and done with. It's just a typo. It should say holiday event. But, you know, Dwelf's new. He's only been doing the job here as the Dead by Daylight Dwelf on a Shelf helper for a couple of days. So we're going to cut him some slack. But between you and me, I'm starting to see the reason why Dwight has so many different job uniforms in the game. The man has had a lot of jobs. I'm not saying he's incompetent. I'm just saying he's had a lot of jobs. And this may or may not be a telling indicator of why Dwight's gone through a lot of jobs. Anyway, it's supposed to say holiday event. Moving on. So here's a picture of it. This is the Fruitcake Killer Charm. Again, just like Dwight Crow, it's a killer only charm. And it's fruitcake. Does anybody really like fruitcake? Fruitcake is a thing that people just regift. And I'm going to be doing the regifting this year because they're going to give me the fruitcakes and I'm going to give them all to you. It's going to be the biggest bonanza of fruitcake regifting anyone has ever seen. Okay, so here's a close-up of what this charm looks like. It's full of worms and flies and needles and razor blades. I don't even know why you'd want it. It's entirely unappealing if you ask me. No? Alright, I understand there's going to be folks out here who are going to want it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to acquire as many codes as I possibly can for all of you. Now, before all of you just start and go, oh great, I'm going to have to race against PC keyboards again. Dead by Daylight has learned something from the last event, and they are giving me codes that are specifically only good for consoles. So that means that those specific codes, you won't have to race against people who have on PC on keyboards gobbling them up. So what I'm going to do is the codes are going to be good until the end of the Advent Calendar event, January 3rd next year. I'm going to get as many codes as I can, so I'm going to sprinkle them out. There'll be codes in every video you see, maybe at the beginning, maybe at the end, maybe the middle, maybe there'll be more than one code dropped into the video. Each code is going to have 10 uses, so that means every console code is going to be good for 10 console players. Every PC code is going to be good for 10 PC players, etc. And I'm going to get as many codes as I can, and we'll distribute these from now until January 3rd on every video and at the end of every live stream. I know there were a lot of folks who were watching live streams who felt it was quite a disruption for people who were just doing the drive-by, coming in to the chat to grab a code and leave. So what we're going to do is we'll just do the code giveaways at the end of the stream. And since we won't, I don't believe we'll have to do the cover-up now, because we're going to have these console-specific codes and PC-specific codes. So hopefully it can be more of a, there's the code, everybody go, rather than giving people time to catch up. We might still need to give people time to catch up on console, because I know those dashes are difficult to type in at times. So we'll play it by ear, but we're going to try and make the whole experience more enjoyable for everybody this time around. Like I said, last time we learned as we went, and by the end of it, I think it was much better than it was at the beginning. So having obtained all that knowledge from last time, we're going to start out on a better foot than we did. So we're going to start out on a better foot this time than we did before, right? So we're in this together. I think the most important thing for me is to make sure that there are as many codes distributed as possible to the community. I think my role as a Fog Whisperer, it's important that I do that because I know I come to realize through this that the fear of missing out is a real thing, and some people stress out about this. So I think it's just kind of like my responsibility to try and get as many codes as I possibly can and distribute them so I can provide them to as many people in the community as possible. That's what we're going to do. And remember, there are no O's in any of these codes. They're all zeros, and there are no letter L's. They're all ones. And yes, you do have to put in all of the dashes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and enter my code here. And since the code is going to have 10 uses, that means that 9 of you are going to be able to use it too. So let's show you how you enter one of these codes. Okay, so just as we've been doing with these codes for the Advent Calendar, the Naughty Stocking one is active right now, and the SNAPSNAP for Zarina is going to be active on December the 4th. We are going to go into the store here and enter the very first Fruitcake charm code. So we're going to click on the store here, and then want to go up to this redeem code spot. Again, if you don't see redeem code here, that probably means that you aren't on the featured tab all the way at the top left. It's behind my camera, just to the left of here where it says characters. So you want to make sure you're on featured, and then you come over here to this spot that says redeem code behind the Fog Whisperer charm there. Click redeem code, and we're going to enter the very first code here. So let me tab out and grab it. I can just do cut and paste, which is obviously very convenient for me compared to all of you have to type in the whole thing with the dashes and whatnot. There we go. That should be the whole code. And I'm going to hit backspace because I have done this before where I know if I have a space at the end, it doesn't work. Make sure I don't have a space at the beginning. And then we're going to go redeem. Boom. There it is. The green fruitcake. So let's go check it out, shall we? So let's go back. And we're going to play as Killer. Santa Clown seems very appropriate in this moment because Krampus isn't available yet. Krampus looks so cool, though. All right, so we're going to hit Customize. And this is the Killer Stocking charm that's available right now. Same redeem code. Same way we did the redeem code there. You type in Naughty Stocking, all one word. And you get this one for the Killer. So let's take this inner eye off. We'll swap it out for our brand new green fruitcake. Where's it at? Green fruitcake. There it is. Fruitcake, an item of unfathomable evil. And there it is on the hook. So let's take a better look at it. Razor blades and flies and worms. How delicious. And needles too. How delicious. So there it is. This is the limited time, limited use codes for this fruitcake charm here. Every code you see will have 10 uses, and I'm going to get as many as I can get. They're going to be delivered to me in 2 batches over the next month, and bit by bit, I will pledge to distribute all of them to you, and everybody's going to have a fair shot at it. You don't have to be a sub or, you know, no, I won't take any bribes. You can't donate to me or sub to me or anything like that and gain any favor. Everyone who sees the codes on the screen will have a chance. There won't be any other codes given out in a manner behind the scenes. It's all going to be where everybody can see them. Very upfront and fair for everybody. You just have to be here on stream or in a video to be one of the first people to claim the codes, and that's basically the only restriction. So none of this. Last time with Dwight Crow, I had people coming out of the woodworks DMing me, hey Paulie, you got any more of them Dwight Crow codes? Literally had a person said, hey Paulie, remember that time we played 3 years ago? That was fun. That was so cool. I miss you. You got one of those Dwight Crow codes. None of that's happening. You got no backroom dealings for these codes. Every code I get is going to be fairly and evenly distributed to members of the community, whether you're part of my community or not. If you just happen to be here watching my video, you have the same shot as my longest running subscriber, just to keep it fair for everybody. All right? Makes sense? So that's how this is going to work Good luck to everybody. I promise you that I will not let any codes expire. Every code I get will be distributed. And I'm going to get as many as I can. Okay? That's my pledge to you. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. As always, thank you for watching. And don't forget to take care of one another in and out of the fog. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.